Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
What's your name?
My name is Lucy Luck.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
Where are you from?
I was born in Enfield, which is in North London, and then as a family, so I'm siblings and parents, we moved down to Penzance about 3 years ago, and now we've been here.
What's your occupation?
My occupation is I'm a business administration apprenticeship for a local wildlife charity, and it involves a lot of admin, so emails, going to the office, doing desk work, having meetings and talking to different people, organising things. Can be quite tedious, but it's my first proper conservation job.
Do you enjoy your job?
It is difficult. I'm definitely not an indoor desk person. I couldn't do a 9 till 5. I just want to be outside too much. But talking to people I enjoy, and I've had opportunities to talk to really interesting people and make a podcast out of that, and so that was really interesting. But yeah, overall it's quite hard, but there are good bits in it.
How long have you been doing your job?
Nearly a year now. I started last November and it's going to be ongoing till next summer, so just over halfway.
Do you have any hobbies?
So when I'm not doing that, I have lots of different hobbies, but one I'm really passionate about is learning more about the conservation world in Cornwall. And when we moved here, I quickly joined the Mounts Bay Marine Group, which is a group of volunteers, and they all do different events and raise awareness for just marine conservation. And I got to meet them very quickly, and there were some amazing people there, and I very quickly just grew a passion for it, and it's branched off into so many different passions, but one specifically is natural history and collecting bones. That's been a real nice hobby that I've really enjoyed.
What made you get into collecting bones?
So it was someone I met in Mounts Bay Marine Group. Her name's Constance Morris, and she's been part of this group for ages. And whenever they do events, she'd bring what she calls Connie's creatures to schools, and that's just loads of skulls, of dolphin skulls, whale skulls, any bones that she's found through a network called the Marine Strandings Network, where she'll get pinged if there's a dead stranding. She'll go report this stranding, but then once the job's been done, she'll start collecting the bones. And I would always ask her questions about, what is that? Where do you get this from? How do you do this? And she just took me under her wing and taught me everything about what these bones are, where they've come from, and how to look after them, how to preserve them, to start collecting my own.
When did you start collecting bones?
So I probably started just over a year ago. I can't quite remember what my first one was. It was probably of some vertebrae of a seal, but I didn't realise it was a seal at the time. But through this I've learnt that I can tell the difference between a seal and a dolphin vertebrae, and I just love it. I love it.
Are there any other aspects to your hobby?
There's taxidermy as a side of it. Not sure if that's the path I'd take with it, because it is a bit gruesome sometimes and very fiddly. I did one with it was a mouse, it was about that big, and it was really, really fiddly. So I much prefer going for a walk and then being surprised to see bones and then collecting them, bringing them home. I prefer that, definitely.
Why are you passionate about your hobby?
I can just turn it into whatever I want. So I'll go on beach cleans, which I like doing anyway, and then it'll be surprised if I find anything, because you never know what you're going to find. And I'll find the bone. I like not knowing what it is at first, so I can go home, I can research it, maybe ask people for their advice, and then figure out what it is. And whenever I find something, I also have this nature diary that I will do kind of like field sketches of the bone, just to kind of practice like scientific illustration, which I didn't really realise that was what I was doing. And then it's creating just like a log of all these things I've collected, and it's helping me learn more. And yeah, it's just taught me so much, and it gets me out every day basically to go for a beach walk, and that's really nice. And there's a community as well. there's a online groups called like Vulture Culture of people who also collect bones around the UK, and they share their finds, so that's quite a funny page to be part of.
What is your favourite part of your hobby?
Finding them, so going on the beach clean, and then just spotting white glimmers of what is bones and then picking them up, getting excited that I found a bone, and then bringing it home, figuring out what it is, and then once I've figured out what it is, I quite like enjoying the cleaning process because it is satisfying, especially because it can take months to clean some bones, but you can bury it and then within a few months it'll be so clean, and I don't know, that's just satisfying. You see how nature cleans the bones. It's just really interesting, and now I have basically a mini museum in my bedroom, which I really like.
What is the biggest accomplishment within your hobby?
Learning more about natural history and being able to tell the difference, but also collecting like cetacean bones. I've got to the point where I've got quite a few now that I'm applying for a cetacean licence, and once you have that I can publicly go out with them and go to events, so basically like Connie is doing, but I can do it myself and help her do that, maybe do other school events while she's doing one. That will be a really, really nice achievement, and I'm on the baby steps to get there.
Thank you.
Thank you.